What, as a parent, did you never think you'd have to explain? So my neighbor Jenny called CPS on me because my 7-year-old was playing outside in our fenced backyard for 20 minutes while I showered. You read that right. 20 minutes. I was still in my bathrobe when the caseworker knocked. Super polite, but clearly uncomfortable. She goes, "We received a report of potential child abandonment. Ma'am, I have photos of your son riding his bike unsupervised." She shows me her phone, and there it is. My kid, big grin, riding in literal circles around our backyard. Same yard that has a 6-foot fence, a security camera, and a lock. He had snacks, water, and sunscreen. Honestly, he was living his best little man life. Before I could even speak, Jenny appears on my porch like she'd been crouched in the bushes waiting to pounce. "Thank God you're here," she says, all frantic. "I've been documenting this neglect for weeks." I'm standing there soaking wet, holding a towel, and wondering if I've somehow slipped into an alternate reality. Jenny starts rattling off her evidence, like she's presenting at a true crime convention. She leaves him outside alone constantly. "Just yesterday, he was out there for 30 minutes. I have timestamps." I rubbed my temples. "I was showering, Jenny. He was in our locked, secured backyard." Her eyes go wide, like I just confessed to grand theft child. Anything could happen in 30 minutes. Kidnappers, wild animals. He could fall off his bike and break his neck and bleed out before anyone even noticed. Even the caseworker's eyebrows hit the ceiling. "Ma'am, that's oddly specific. But Jenny?" Oh, she wasn't done. "I protect my daughter 24/7 and she's perfectly safe. That's what a real parent does." I blink. "Your daughter is 12 and still can't cross the street alone." Jenny goes red. "That's called responsible parenting. Cars kill thousands of children every year. Last week she asked if batteries have calories because you told her she wasn't allowed to touch them without adult supervision." I added. The caseworker is blinking like she's buffering. "Oh, and she can't make a sandwich because Jenny thinks butter knives are weapons of mass destruction." "Kitchen knives are dangerous," Jenny shouts. "The ER sees knife accidents all the time. I'm not risking my baby's life for your toxic independence nonsense." The caseworker finally puts a hand up. "Ma'am, how old is your daughter again?" 12, Jenny says proudly. "And she's never been hurt because I actually watch her." I raise a hand. "She also can't tie her shoes." Jenny does it for her because shoelaces are, and I quote, "strangulation hazards." Jenny starts hyperventilating. "You people don't understand. The world is full of danger, child predators, diseases, accidents. One moment of freedom could destroy everything." The caseworker finally starts taking notes, but not about me. She calmly asks, "Have you ever considered therapy for anxiety?" "I'm not anxious," Jenny says. "I'm realistic. Statistics show—" Actually, the caseworker cuts her off. "Statistics show that overprotected children develop severe anxiety disorders and lack basic life skills as they grow up." She gestures to my son, who's inside making popcorn by himself. "This child appears healthy, confident, and age-appropriately independent." Jenny's jaw hits the floor. She starts flapping like a confused fish. The caseworker turns to me. "Your parenting is completely appropriate. In fact, it's recommended by child development experts." Then she looks back at Jenny. "Calling CPS because a child is playing in his own yard is a misuse of emergency services. If you continue making false reports, there may be legal consequences." Jenny stood there sputtering as the caseworker walked away like a superhero in a made-for-TV movie. But it doesn't end there. 2 weeks later, Jenny's husband, poor guy, shows up at my door, looking like he hadn't slept since 2009. He sighs. "My wife wanted me to ask, how do you teach a 12-year-old to function like a normal person when you've spent her whole life convincing her the world is too dangerous to exist in?" Turns out their daughter had a full-blown panic attack at McDonald's. The cashier asked her what she wanted to order. She froze, burst into tears, and ran to the bathroom. The manager had to call her dad because she was hyperventilating in a stall, convinced the 17-year-old at the register was going to hurt her. He told me Jenny's been homeschooling her since kindergarten because public schools are too dangerous. But now, their daughter can't handle basic human interaction, can't order food, can't be alone, can't exist in the world without fear. The pediatrician diagnosed her with severe agoraphobia and social anxiety. He looked broken. We thought we were protecting her. We didn't realize we were doing this.